Right here on ABS TV, and the topic we are going to be exploring this morning is teaching children who families are. And also we have a guest with us in the studio this morning, Barrister Moses Ubo. Barrister Moses Ubo is an educationist, and we say good morning and welcome to the program this morning.
Good morning, Anambra. Thank you for joining us. Stay tuned.
All right. Actually, this topic is coming at a time when schools, when social media, movies, even cartoons are trying to introduce same-sex marriage to our children. I mean, that is not what families are known for. Families are known for a different thing altogether, which we are going to discuss in the course of this program this morning. But it seems that we are deviating from what family is supposed to be, especially when we talk about what is happening in the developed countries. That's why we need to talk about it, especially in Africa, in Nigeria, in Anambra State today, so that our children, so that our parents, we know that, I mean, this is the right time for us to start to teach our children when they are little what and who families are. Okay, Barrister, you're welcome once again. Now, I want us to start with the fundamentals. What is a family, or who are families? Who are the people that comprise and make up a family?
Very simple terms. When you talk about families, you talk about persons who are related by blood. Persons who are related by blood. And to stretch it a little further, we have nuclear families and extended family. So when it's nuclear, it's simple. You're talking about a father, mother, and children. And then when it's extended, of course, you talk about grandparents, you talk about uncles, you talk about cousins, you talk about other members of the wider range of the family relationship. Now, when I go a little further, now, coming into the educational system, indeed, a lot of things had gone wrong and they are going wrong. You see, when you look at the situation of things, we that are in the system, we know exactly how bad it has gotten. You see, thank God for the advent of social media, where once in a while you see persons who are alive to their conscience calling for the stakeholders to do the needful. But if I tell you, it has gotten that not just in civic education, social studies, religion and national values, government, that's as a subject, these are areas where the stakeholders in the industry need to sit up, because as I'm talking to you now, it's worse than we can imagine. When they want to teach our children love in the curriculum today, they go a step further. We're talking about children as little as nursery. Basic 1, basic. They go a step further to tell them that children can be affectionate, male to male, female to female, and they draw these things. And you see, the challenge we have is the nonchalant attitude in the system. It is a call for everyone, not just for the schools, not just for parents. And one way we can address this is by earning the confidence of our children. Most of you, even parents, your children cannot confide in you, because you've not earned their confidence. What do I mean by that? Until any child you see on the street, anywhere, is confiding in someone. Any child you see is confiding in someone. If you allow your child to confide in social media, to confide in cartoons, to confide in fellow children, to confide in a stranger out there, then you are running a total risk. It's an intentional thing. It's something you should be deliberate about. Children are simply inquisitive. They ask all forms of questions. They are ready to learn. But because we feel most of the time that these children, there are certain things they shouldn't know. They are not of age to know this. And therefore, you try to shield a lot of things from them. They go out of their way to ask further questions. And when they ask the wrong persons, they come back home with another idea.
And sometimes, even when these children start exhibiting some character, you see a male child start behaving like a woman, wearing clothes. The parent will say, oh, Kabonwatakele, is still a small child. He will outgrow that.
That's part of the challenge.
Okay, now you made mention media, actually, when you were saying that, thank God for social media where people can actually come once in a while and talk on this particular issue. But then again, looking at social media, because we know that almost everyone now have access to social media. Even if you don't have, you can even ask your friend to please borrow me your phone, and you browse and see all that. Then now that this topic is being taught in the in the developed country more than what we have now. How then do we protect our children, knowing that the world is just a global village and it's just like a phone away from, people can just actually, go to the internet and read up these things and maybe start practicing it. So how do we protect our children down here in Africa?
Good. That is why we have what we call parental control. There are parental control features in Android gadgets, even in the DSTV, in StarTimes, what have you, Go TV. We have these parental control features. So our parents should step up their game. The challenge we have is that most of our parents are either too busy or they are semi-literate. Let me not use the word illiterate. Most of them are semi-literate. So they are not that exposed to what they should do or how they should do it. Before any child can have access to the social media, there is an adult somewhere who had failed in his or her responsibility. Because that adult owes that child a duty of care. And that duty of care is when you leave your Android phone or gadget without monitoring to a child, you have lost it at that point. Because you should be able to monitor what is that child doing at that point in time with that very gadget. Here we're talking about children. Most of the time you discover parents, most of the time, stakeholders in the educational sector, most of the time, they wait for the children to get to the teen age. At teen age, they have already formed their opinion. That's the challenge. And at that point, you see us trying to panel beat them. It's very difficult to repair. Very, very difficult at that point. Because most of us today, even in the school system, are shying away from sex education. You see teachers, groomed teachers of the subject, they are shying away from it. A child is bold enough, a child basic one. You're talking about a child of 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. Is bold enough to ask a teacher that I saw my dad kissing my mom. Bold enough to ask that question, and the teacher wants to beat that child down. Say, shut up. What kind of question is that? And then already the child feels guilt. The child wouldn't want to ask further. Now, if that child will feel that level of guilt, ordinarily, what you are trying to instill in that child is contradictory to what the father has instilled in him. Because what he is known for with that action is the action of love, action of affection. Now, you beating it down is unheard of. You shouldn't in any way talk. Can you, at this your age, you are corrupt, you are this. What are you rewiring in that child? My dad is corrupt. What are my parents doing? But at that point, you should sit. It amazes me today that mothers will be at home and their kids, their female children, are at the verge of experiencing their first menstrual flow, and there is no education, and mothers are there. That tells you the level of carelessness in the society today. So we should be all out in the confidence of these children, guide them aright, teach them. The best way is not to shy away from it. It's already there in the airwaves. Not trying to shut them out, trying not to discuss it. That is the worst of it all, because definitely they will come across it. So the best way is to open up a conversation. A conversation. That this is what is happening in society today. That the society is getting mad. The society has lost it. My child, this is what it is. This is what it has always been. This is what it shouldn't be.
And this is how it should be.
Exactly.
Okay, right here in the studio, we are going to continue with our discussion, but we want to go on a short break. When we come back, we go ahead with what we are discussing. Remember that our topic today is teaching children who families are.
Great news for Anambra Broadcasting Service ABS audience. You can now watch ABS television through any of these ways.
Buy a terrestrial antenna and connect to your television. Search ABS Channel 24 Oka or ABS Channel 27 Onitsha. Install StarTimes cable decoder and search ABS Channel 113. Install Metro Digital cable decoder and search ABS Channel 29.
Watch ABS TV on your smart TV or smartphone by downloading Anambra Broadcasting Service app on Google Play Store. Also watch via ABS Facebook page at ABS Radio Television and ABS YouTube page at ABS Television Oka.
ABS TVs now also can watch us from anywhere in Nigeria and other African countries. Simply install ViewSat TV decoder or any other free-to-air decoder and tune into channel 0031.
Whichever option you choose, stay abreast of breaking news, documentaries, children's shows, talk shows, comedy, sports, movies, and lots more on your darling TV station.
For adverts and program sponsorship, contact 0803 388 8526 or 0806 883 9902. ABS, Heartbeat of the East.
Ndi Anambra, unapotagula.
Ibolachi.
Good morning, Ndi Anambra.
Welcome to Good Morning Anambra Breakfast TV show on ABS TV.
Now, let's do it together.
Bia Kaido Wokwa.
We serve it sizzling hot.
Health and lifestyle. Security. Topical issues.
National development.
Entertainment and more.
Welcome to the flagship show where we arm you with the right tools for the day.
Keeping you abreast with happenings and information within and beyond the state.
There are so many things to gain staying tuned to Good Morning Anambra on ABS TV.
Heartbeats of the East.
Good Morning Anambra, live on ABS Television. Weekdays, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
All right, you're welcome back to the show. We've been joined by Oni Edokwe. Oni Edokwe is the coordinator, Young Mothers Forum. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Shane. Good to see you again this year.
Happy New Year, because we've not seen this year. Okay, you're welcome once again. Okay, the topic we are looking at this morning is teaching children who families are. Now, of course, when we were growing up, even up till now, I know that family consists of father, mother, and the children. That's for the nuclear family. Before we now go into extended family, yes. But now, it seems that things are changing. Our children, in as much as we, the parents, we think that maybe we are doing the right thing, wake up in the morning, we take them to the best schools, we get them clothing and all that. But when it comes to core parenting, do you think that parents are actually living up to expectation or up to their responsibilities?
I will not want to generalize on this. Some parents are actually living up to expectations, while some don't even know what they are doing, because most parents don't even understand what parenting is all about. Some people think it's just giving birth to a child, enrolling that child into school, providing basic needs, and it ends there. While others that knew what parenting is all about, they're intentional about parenting. So some parents, they understand what they are doing. While so many, and unfortunately, men are what parenting is all about, because in number. So I wouldn't want to generalize. And when they but as in percentage of and how we can get those now to understand now the society we are in now, how things are going, that there is need for intentional, in particular, being serious about parenting is what we need to be doing now.
When we talk about being intentional, I want us to break it down. Being intentional, what does that actually mean? Does it mean that you need to maybe become friends with your children, talk with them, or chastise them when they go wrong? What do you mean by being intentional when it comes to training our children?
Being understanding and being as in understanding what we are doing, paying attention, and they're not just doing for doing sake. If you are teaching them this, you know why you're teaching them this. This is what I want to achieve. Being there, paying particular attention to every details with the aim of achieving a particular purpose. Do you understand me? It's not about when I go to school. No. It's no, it's about why do you have to bathe? Why do you need in every step all the way, following them as a step by step, making them to understand why they should do this and why they have to know this, and you paying serious attention to it. Your own mind says that I know what I'm doing, I just have to do this. Like, take for instance, when you're writing an exam, you know, I want to write an exam. We are reading with purpose of passing. We are paying every detail as in attention to what you are doing. So it's all about paying detailed attention to parenting. Paying detailed attention to parenting. Do you understand me?
So let's come down on the issue of same-sex marriage, which is, we know that in the developed world, it's no longer a big deal for them. You can see two women getting married, and the next thing they tell you they're having a child. I watched a video that they say it's no longer baby, it's baby. I don't understand that word. But now that we have that in our system, and you know for a fact that our children, they watch movies, even cartoons these days show that you can love, a woman can love a woman, a man can love a man, and all that. So what do you have to say about that in our African society?
Thank you. Do you know what I have to say about that? You know, I've said something about intentional parenting. You start from, because unfortunately you cannot be everywhere. Unfortunately, you cannot control what your child is exposed to. If you say, okay, I want to monitor what they watch in cats, like the toddlers, when they get to school, and you know normally they watch cartoon in school, in their classes. Are you going to be there to censor what the teachers, what the child will watch there? The things he or she will discuss with her or his peer group, will you be there? With smartphone, you can't. The thing is that is trying to control them, your this thing, your ability. What will you do? Be intentional. Be donogi. Tell them who they are. Even as a child, let's start and be particular about it. Let them understand our culture. Let them understand that we are different from these people. Let them understand God. Let them understand moral. Let them see it. If you're a Christian, teach them from the biblical aspect of faith. Do you understand me? If you're a Muslim, let them say, I know that Muslim, I'm not a Muslim, I don't know much about Quran, but I don't think Quran supports homosexuality. Do you understand me? Let them understand. Then bring them to culture. Tell them this is a taboo, this cannot be done, this is the way it ought to be. And then the implication of God trying to twist the hand of nature, because automatically we are trying to twist the hand of nature. If at every slight and little opportunity, let them know. Every opportunity you get to educate them, get to expose them to the danger and make them to understand. Do that. Don't pretend you don't know what is happening. Don't shun them, hey, this is evil. No, teach them.
Okay, let's come back to you, Barrister. Now, in this advocacy, because we need to create awareness, we need to let our children know, is it left for just parents and teachers alone? What other stakeholders should be involved in this advocacy?
All stakeholders should be involved. Before I pinpoint them one after the other, let me add to what my sister here had so elaborated upon. Being intentional, very important. When we resumed on the second half, you talked about things changing. Things are not changing. We are changing. Things are not changing. We are changing. Some of the challenges we have today, our parents and grandparents did not have them. Why? Because we think we have known better, learning have evolved, and we are where we are. If we narrow this discussion down to religion now, most people will call it bias. They will say it's sentimental. When you want to help kids, being deliberate about it is through the use of reason, not through the use of force. Not shutting them down, not using fear of punishment, sanction, If you don't do this, I will do this. You have done this, kneel down here, raise up your hands, this, that. One day they will be out of your grip. One day, and being out of your grip means their freedom. And at that point, you will be surprised that those things you've shut them down from doing are things they had craved for. Why? Because you were simply using force. So, stakeholders in the educational system, parents should understand that it's no longer through the use of force. Reason should come into it. When you are telling a child not to do this, you should have a reason why it shouldn't be. And then you not being anywhere, everywhere, that is whoever you are leaving your child for, your children for. Both students in the secondary school age bracket, you should know who their friends are. You should be able, most of our people have all these house helps or relations or sisters, brothers that do stay with their children. Try as much as possible to discuss with these people once in a while. Share ideas with them. Find out their own idea and opinion about some certain things. Because they are the ones who will validate or fail to validate the information your children have. Because definitely the child will run to somebody and say, brother, sister, mommy, daddy, this one, somebody said this, said that. That child is asking for validation. When you shut the child down at that point, you've lost it. That is when to engage the child. If your child is not free enough to discuss anything, no matter what it is with you, then you are losing grip. And when that child raises up that discussion, it's time for you to use reason. Religion is wonderful. Yes, very, very wonderful. Christianity, a relationship with God, wonderful. As I speak to you, apart from being an educationist and a legal practitioner, I am a pastor with Dominion City. And we understand that in a multi-religious environment like Nigeria, most people play to the gallery by trying to use that, create strife, and then before you know it, we lose grip of our future, of tomorrow. Now, these things, when you talk about persons, the stakeholders who we should focus on, who should step up their game, you're talking about one, the parents and guardian, not just parents, every adult. A lot is expected of you because every adult have access to a child. Every adult. You cannot remove children from the adult circle.
Yes.
Whether married or not married, there is a child somewhere who have your ears. What you discuss with that child from time to time matters a lot. My sister talked about being deliberate. Parents should, in your tight schedule, as a civil servant, as a public servant, as whatever you say you do, in your tight schedule, at least be intentional. Let there be a time. 30 minutes, 1 hour. The worst is once in a week. Where, yes, this is the time. Let it be like a discussion time. Let it be family time.
Bonding.
That's deliberate. And then at that point, they are free. They are free. That child who always sits on the ground and what you want is sit on the chair. Have you had time to tell that child? You start from little. You start that you think are minor. Have you had time to engage that child to know, to have a reason why should you eat in the dining and not on the floor? Why? There should be reasons for all you do. The moment you create that deliberate time and from time to time you do that, then you will get to understand a lot of things that has been wired into the system of it. Children learn every day. Whether you like it or not, even if they come to classrooms or they stay at home and they are just whiling away their time, they are learning in that process. It can be intentional, it can be unintentional. So what we're saying now, be intentional about what they know. We learn and we relearn. When a child somewhere or even a teacher somewhere comes in to to give a child an information that is contradictory to what that child had over time, and the child comes for validation, it's time for you to. So we talk about parents, we talk about guidance, that is every adult, and now we talk about the school system. Because there is what do I call it? Proliferation of private schools all over the place. Most of these proprietors and what have you are businessmen and women. They are just there to make their money and that's all. There is no policy guideline. There is no framework. Teachers are employed. They go to class to do what they know how best to do. And what is that thing they know how best to do? They are trained teachers. And what they are trained to do is follow the curriculum. We have national policy in education. They just follow curriculum and they dish it out the way it is. Garbage in and garbage out. But as a school owner, as a school head, as an administrator, you should be very intentional. Some of these things, if you don't know the problem, how can you tackle it? There should be in every institution we have what we call in-service training. When you bring people in who should educate children in the society, you should sit them down and give them a moral code of conduct. What you expect them to dish out to the kids. And then when they do these things, you monitor it. You as an administrator, from time to time, there should be that room, that opportunity for you to relax with the children, relate with them, and give them that moral background to ask their questions. So that most they are dished away from their subconscious minds. And then aside the schools, we should talk about the government. Every school belongs to the government. That is the truth about it. Every school, every school, every school, every school. I run a school in this town, and I know what it means when I say that. And then we know the level of policies we put in place. When I say every school belongs to the government, what do I mean by that? You cannot operate without getting an operating license from the government. If the government says it's over for you, sure, that's what it is. It's the government that will have to approve you. And then we have who we call the director of schools. Now, in practice, director of schools is actually the director of schools. And then they should step up monitoring. Beyond words, there should be a monitoring system.
You know, when you are saying this, I just laughed because I remember that I have heard a story of someone that was molested by the teacher in school.
Sure.
She's a lesbian because she's a lady. When she was asked how did this whole thing started, she said it was her teacher while she was in secondary school that introduced her to this. So when it comes to people that are supposed to imbibe or instill the values that this is what is supposed to be, this is how it's supposed to be, and there are the people that are telling you, well, you can cut corners, you can do it this way, you can love your fellow girl, you can love your fellow boy. What then are we saying?
That is the issue of policy now. Beyond employing teachers for their certification, we should go out of our way to also test other aptitudes. Now, before this generation, our own parents, our grandparents, even my father till today, still had that time to make me understand the mistakes he made. If you as a teacher out there listening to us now have in one way or the other strayed, now it behoves on you as a person to guide these kids aright. They must not make the same mistakes you have made. That is the issue.
A mistake, that's another thing, because they might see it as a way of life. That is how it's supposed to be. Now, there's a video I watched one of the social media handles, and then I saw where they're teaching young children. I mean, they should be between the ages of 3 and 5. Okay. The children, now they were asking her, what did you learn from the lesson today? She was saying, yeah, that she learned that the family can be a father and mother, or a mother, 2 female or 2 male. That's what she learned. And then again, knowing fully well that, Nigeria, we like copy. Let me use that word. We like copy. And then our children, they will go to the internet. They will grab this. I mean, well, what's there? Let me try it. Let me see how it is. Because in my family, we have a different thing. Let me tell a different thing. Let me see how it goes. And that's where it starts. So apart from the teachers, the educators, the parents, because I know that the huge responsibility is on the parents. Apart from the parents, what about the church leaders?
Sure.
Before I talk about the church leaders, there's something I want to add to what you have said from the educational sector. Being a school owner or administrator or director, you don't have much power to what the school curriculum or the syllabus. Do you understand me? Will be. Now you can control the person, the people, the teachers you employ, the people you employ to work in the school by trying to aside their education qualification to look at their characters, their perception about life and their beliefs. Then, when it comes to the things, they lay down syllables for the school or for the academic session, and you see some things that reflect in the syllabus. Take for instance, recently I was going through the SS3 biology lesson notes. And I found out when they were talking about family planning, the thing was so explicit that even me, I'm sorry to say this on national television, even me as a grown woman, there are some things I don't even know that I saw there. I was shocked. And I downloaded it from the system, that's the syllabus they gave. But then I was like, how will my daughter read this? Do you understand me? How can she know all this much at this age? And I have to say, I called the teacher. He now said that he's being a male teacher, that I should feel for him. How we stand in front of the girls to begin to talk about this. That honestly, that he felt is too much for their age, but there's nothing he can do. So there, I now say that because they must have to write it on WAEC, during WAEC. Do you understand me? And this question might end up coming up. So if you don't want to teach them, you end up impeding their knowledge and depriving them the opportunity of knowing what they should know based on the syllabus. Then you now see that aside school owners, that government, the education sector, as in the national level, the people that control the syllabus. I'm not saying this homosexual or this idea of same-sex marriage is already in our syllabus, but there's urgent need for them to be careful in what they bring into the syllabus. In what they bring, because when you employ a teacher, even if she doesn't have the intention, even if it's not in her and that thing is in the syllabus, you see the teacher teaching what is there for her or him to teach. Do you understand me? That just by the way. So don't
you think it's okay for them to get to know everything about a particular topic so that they don't fall victim of that?
No, knowing everything about a particular topic, it depends on the tone. Do you understand me? On how is being presented.
Let me come in, my sister.
Like, something that this recently, I think this week, something was trending online, a textbook. Maybe you saw it online. They were talking about masturbation. Do you understand me? The way the whole thing ended was, it's okay. It is not bad and it's okay for one to favor yourself to do this. And the way they painted the picture, at the end of the day, you see that a child can say, okay, after all, it's not bad. But you can still teach all those things and still make those children to understand that this is just for your knowledge, not for you to practice, it's not for your age. Put age bracket, it's strictly for married couple. Do you understand me? When you're talking about family planning. But you see, they just thought that based on what I saw online, it's just a topic, an open-end something.
You know, I get your point. But this is one of the challenges that we have in our country today. Let me give you an example. When those days when we are growing up, some people will come and tell you that their mother said that if a man touches you, that you get pregnant. And that's it. And if a man touches them and they don't get pregnant, they will feel like, okay, well, there's no need, so I can be as wild as I want with a man. Yes, and the parents will not even come out to tell you openly. What I am saying is, when you have sex with a man, that topic they don't know. The children are not supposed to know that. Now, the issue of family planning you are talking about, I get your point, I get the drift. But don't you think that it is wise to also teach them that you can do that? Because we have a lot of unwanted pregnancies now. You tell me you want to curb HIV and AIDS, and you're saying it's abstinence that will solve it. It's not true. Abstinence alone cannot solve it. So, because you see that children, adults, teenagers are engaging in premarital sex. What you need to do for them is probably, yes, if abstinence is the best way. But if you can't, you can use condom. I'm just giving you a scenario. Now, family planning, I know that a whole lot of young girls are taking drugs when they are having sex with, opposite sex, that they are taking drugs just to prevent them from getting pregnant. It's not right. Biblically, it's not right. Morally, it's not right to engage in premarital sex. But I see it as a way they are trying to prevent unwanted pregnancies. A whole lot of children now, teenagers, they've done abortion countless times. I'm just giving you an example why I think that is in the syllabus. But we have an educator here. He wants to add something to that. Let it not be that I'm the person saying all the things. Let's hear from you.
Thank you. You know, when we started, I emphasized exposure, information. Knowledge is still power. Let them know. The planners of the curriculum knew that in this age, that age bracket had known even beyond what their fathers and their mothers know. That age bracket, you see them, you look down on them and all that. Now, as an educator, as a class teacher, when faced with such topic, what are you supposed to do? Start by finding out what they already know. You will be shocked that they have the wrong information. The reason why it is there is so that they can now get the right information. Now, those of us, them that are teachers, who are equally Christians, so to say, can now tailor it down oral instruction. Just like you rightly pointed. This is not for you, this is for you, you don't do this, you don't do that, and what have you. But that area particularly is the duty of the religious leaders. That comes to the church. Because what the school wants you to do, yes.
The teachers, why handling the syllabus or the curriculum should be able to direct and not just leave it as an open-ended open-end something.
So, but when it comes to information, every detailed information, teaching still have modalities. There's still what we call entry behavior. There's still what we call set induction. You come in, you try to find out what, you will be amazed that what they already know is mind-blowing, and what they know is the wrong thing.
It's true.
The wrong thing that their friends,
it's true.
The wrong thing that social media, Facebook and what have you had taught them.
Even family self, because you know I always organize a program for young girls twice every year, and at the end of the program you give them paper to write what's as in the question, because they will not stand up to ask. You'll be surprised, you'll be shocked. The kind of questions they ask. The one said that the uncle staying with them in the house was telling her, or a cousin to the father was telling her that why she kept having menstrual cramping because she's still a virgin. Now she allowed her to disvirgin her so that the menstrual cramp, and her own is the severe type, and she wanted to get rid of that. I want to have it stopped by all means. And look at what an adult in the house is telling her. Do you understand me? The other one said that she's still having pimples. Somebody said, I will sleep with you, I will give you this thing to rub, so that, and the girl was like, is it true? But after reading their questions, you know that there's need for, do you understand, for that, for them to be taught for that topic. But what I'm saying is, in teaching those topics, teachers, they have to, do you understand, not make it an open-end something, which I've gotten from him. Bring moral into it. Do it the right way. There's an opportunity for them to understand the right thing again. Anyway, that's for what I wanted to ask. Then bringing it to the church, to the religious leaders. I think they have a great work to do. Just like he said, if I should bring religion into it, or biblical, they will say I'm being sentimental, but that is the truth. These are all devices of the devil, because I believe wherever God is interested, the devil always wants to twist things. Do you understand me? Everything God created, he wants to duplicate his own falsehood or fake of it. So, and if Christians should be sensitive enough in the spirit, they'll understand that this thing is just a fight against God's order. Do you understand me? And if there is instead of chasing shadows, they should come in and begin to teach this in the church, starting from the children's session in the church. Thank God, all the churches, they have the children's session where children are being taught. Let there be books. Let the student teachers be trained on this, so that they will understand. They need to be exposed to themselves. This is not time for too much sentimental. This thing that some things are not to be taught in the church. It's not all about Moses did this, Joseph did this. That was how we are taught. The stories of the Bible, your life, everything is centered around it, which helped us in our own age. This age, the social media are there, so many things are there. When things trend in social media, when things are changing, there's need for the church to identify and make a swift move by trying to let the children in the church understand. Look at what is happening. Bring sex education in the church. Teach them what they should know about sex education, about what they should know about themselves, what they should know about family. They have a lot to do. Teacher in the pulpit, preachers, the pastors in the church, they have roles to play also. They have roles to play. Gather the youth, tell them, teach them moral. Let there be great awareness in the church. And look at that, a program for the youths. Gather them. Emelum has a program. And then, and when people of such, and when in a church now, this person is not getting it right. And then they cover. Because I remember then when we were growing up, I said, and nobody wants to be given no charge in the church. Do you understand me? Nobody wants to stop you from collecting Holy Communion. There's things you will do. I'm not swearing at church. And you see people being careful. I'm not just as in cautioning that person. Let there be room for them to teach. Let them, starting from the children's session, children's session, national Sunday school classes, look at what is happening, but look at the right thing to do. And then the implication. Because you are talking about this Nordic or the normal, when nobody's talking about the implication of all these things. Yesterday on social media, I came across a video. One Ghanaian young man, he was saying that he stayed a whole year because of the effect of gay on him. At some point, he was dripping water. He passes physics without even knowing, and he couldn't go out. He was indoor for complete 9 months, 8 to 9 months. And when he summoned the courage to meet a doctor, the doctor asked him to tell him the truth. He wasn't proud of what he did, so he lied to the doctor. And the doctor said, if you don't want me to tell you if you don't want me to treat you, then don't tell me the truth. If you want me to treat you, tell me the truth. And because he did that treatment, he opened up to the doctor. Just because what I saw, I know what I'm saying. You have been defiled. And then the young man, he spent three months, complete 3 months in the hospital because to correct the what has been done. What he did. Do you understand me? To himself. So what am I saying? There are repercussions to this. If only those adults that have exposed themselves to all these things and they are suffering the repercussion, if only they will come out to say this is not the way to go about it, people will know. If people that knew people that are suffering from the repercussion of all these things should open up and say, look at this person did this, look at how it's paying them, look at what they are facing. It's true. Okay, look at now. If you say, okay, 2 of us, we are women, and we now say we want to get married, what happens to genealogy? What happens to lineage?
Okay, I think that yesterday again I saw a story of a man that said that he slept with 2 lesbian partners. I saw the video and both of them got pregnant, and now his father he was carrying the children, 2 of the children, and now we're talking about, when they grow up, when these kids grow up, what are they going to say? Who is the father? Because I know they might not really want the man to stay in the picture for a very long time. The mothers of those kids, they might not really want them to stay. We're talking about women that can reproduce and get. What about male? What about the gay, the male girls, when they're together? How can they now reproduce? Adopt
children giving birth to by another.
Adopt, what are you going to teach them? That is okay for you to have 2 men as, is it father or mother? I don't even know how to do that.
What are going to teach them? There are some things. Okay, this is in their genes, it's in their lineage. Do you understand me? We are messing up the whole society. There are some things that when it comes in the next 10, 20 years, this thing continues like this. You see siblings getting married without knowing that they are siblings. Do you understand me? And this issue of genealogy will be terminated because you cannot trace people's lineage again. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the devil just wants to mess up the whole system. And do you know what I say in all this? It's adults trying to legalize their stupidity and their weaknesses. Do you understand what I'm saying? No, you hardly see somebody, I don't know how to put it, but look at it this way. We know that what we are doing is not right.
It's not right.
Deep
Their
inside.
conscience is actually judging them, preaching them all the time, but they want to justify.
They want to
what
justify what they are doing by all means, and they are painting pictures that are not there. They are not happy. Do you understand me? And they fail to come out to tell people the truth. And unfortunately, the gullible ones are falling in.
Okay, now, Barrister, let's go back to you. As a parent, when you notice that your child have drifted up away from the normal, and now is now into, when you are talking about homosexuality, he or she will be like, there's nothing there. It's a choice. If you want to be a homosexual, it's a choice. And you as a parent, you know this is not the right thing, and it hurts you. If a child deviates and you see maybe you didn't do your homework very well, you didn't fulfill your responsibility towards raising the child in a proper way, how can you bring back the child to, do the right thing, or to know that this is the right thing to do or the right way to go?
Okay, thank you. When a parent or a guardian see that already you missed the mark, that the child in question has gone haywire already, now what are you supposed to do? It is not time for you to start running around, make that child your enemy, talk from morning till night, and what have
Cost them.
It is time for you to come back to the drawing board. Make that child your friend.
Your friend.
Bring that child close. Let that child begin to earn your confidence. And then find out who has taken your place in the life of that child. There's nothing like an absent mother or absent father. Someone else has taken the position. So find out, no matter how bad you think a child is, there is someone that child values so much, especially teens. There's someone who will speak and the child will say, oh, for you, not for my mother, not for my father, for you, I will try to do this. Find out who has taken your place in the life of that child. And that is where the reconciliation begins. Most of the parents who had played this absent role don't even know who had replaced them in the life of their children. If it's your church teacher, wonderful. If it's a pastor somewhere, good. If it's a teacher in school, that's great. If it's, now these are persons who strategically can occupy this. It can be a guardian and counselor somewhere. It can be someone who just took interest in that child and brought that child in. Now, so at that point, that's where the reconciliation begins. For trace who this person is, meet this person, and be honest with the fact that you have failed, and that you are ready to make sure. And then there is every possibility that this other person that had taken that parental responsibility is not even aware that this child had gone this bad. You are able to know that the child had gone this bad because the child shares the same roof with you. That is why most of the time in the school system, we see children in school, they are pin and proper. They are just perfect. They are okay. But parents will come with one terrible complaint about such a child. And you begin to wonder, you the one who did this at home? But in school here, you are the head. You are the class head. You are the prefect. You are this. You teach in moral instruction. You do this. And at home, you can do this. So, you will discover that there is a next thing to do is reconcile that fact, and then work is teamwork. Now work with this person who had taken that position of a parent, and then see how to begin to, that's what we call rehabilitation. See how you begin to rehabilitate. When a child goes astray, the first point of rehabilitation is to first of all assess, discover what level of strayness, how deep, how bad has it gotten. The worst case scenario is when the child simply takes order from the street. That's the worst case scenario. Probably the child have gone into addiction, into drug addictions in relation to what we are discussing. And then you discover it already joined the cult, the school cult or what have you. And then there is someone somewhere, and then the fear of force and all that comes in, that no matter what you do, the child's allegiance is outside. So that's a severe case scenario. And that also comes in where, while you were talking, you pinpointed about these topical issues and then trying as much as possible to redirect these children. What about a curriculum, a topic where in social studies, civic education, they are talking cultism? And then because every topic must have advantage and disadvantage, go and check. They say advantage of cultism. Is that not a joke? How can you teach that? How can you teach that in my environment? And you say a school head cannot control.
But if you don't teach that, if it comes out in outside in exam, external exam, what will you do?
This is what I mean by redirecting them. Now, your test, we call it advantages of cultism. Now, you let these children understand that this, yes, it is termed advantage of cultism. That this is the assumed advantage by persons who are victims of cult. Now, you can amend that advantage to reasons why they join cult. Did you see that now? Reasons why they join cult. That is their so-called advantages.
Okay,
now,
I understand what you're saying. Now, if that comes, some children is what they garbage is what you
garbage in, garbage out. Exactly.
Yes, garbage in, garbage out. And then if you are telling them that it's no longer the advantages of cultism, it's the reason why they join cult. When it comes out in the exam, just like she said, some will make mistakes, some will not know. I think the way to approach this matter is, now, this is what they say are the advantages. You teach them, this is what is written here, but I want you to know that there are no advantages. But read this for your exams. What I want to teach you, I want to let you know that there are not really advantages for you to be a cultist. I think that way we go, because we know that governments, really, you said that earlier, that they need to sanitize our curriculum system.
I'm telling you.
They need to sanitize it. I mean, those people preparing those topics to be taught to children, sometimes I marvel, I don't understand.
The truth is that as much as I believe in knowledge, in telling them all they should know, there are some things that you don't even tell. Don't understand me? There are some things that you don't tell. You allow children figure out some things while you just direct them. Coming out from adults authenticates it. They are inquisitive. You say, okay, because of unwanted pregnancy and then to curb HIV, spread of HIV and all that, and you are teaching a child detailed, do you understand, method of family planning. Even without being taught that, she's already into it. Then when you now teach her, you're what you're doing, you're equipping her, authenticating what she knew. And
you can as well tell her that, yes, it's good for you to do, but know at the end of the day that you might be engaging in that as a young girl, but when you get married, you now find it difficult to get pregnant. I'm just saying, there are ways we need to strike a balance.
Yes.
You need to tell them, because cultism, I know we have a lot of cultist activities happening in our arena. That's why they included that. So it depends on
the very good, but
it depends on the teacher using your
good.
Discretion to teach these people, to tutor them, to let them know the right thing to do and what not to do.
And that's where the church comes in again. Advocacy matters. So that when the school is doing their own, the church is there trying to water the whole thing to an extent. Do you understand me? Because I know growing up, there are some things that ordinarily one should do. But when you remember what you've been taught at ACM, I'm an Anglican, at ACM, we call it up at then. We remember the things that have been taught. You see yourself not doing what others are doing. Do you understand what I'm saying? What others are doing. Like, I remember very well, like, growing up, but even now, children, waka is something that you just say, anyhow, waka, you fool, whoever. But then a teacher sat us down and bring the matter of Matthew 5 and taught us down. Do you understand me? And that's why somebody said, the Bible said that he called him Raka, that I said Raka and I saw myself in hell. That was how the Bible recorded. I said Raka as in Waka in Bible. Do you understand? To report it, because the Bible said, train a child in the way he should go. That way he grows, he will not depart from it. When you are teaching, you might think you're not doing anything. When you are teaching, you might think you're not doing anything. But once you are teaching with the word of God and you are praying for those children, it's nothing can happen. But when they live, the Bible said when they grow, and God is not an author of confusion. He said when they grow. So when they are growing, it might not be making sense to them.
Yeah.
But when you are not there again to speak, and an outside voice is started speaking, that thing, don't understand, those things that you taught them will begin to play out. It will become a force that will dampen some other forces from penetrating the heart of those children.
All right. So in other words, it means that all hands needs to be on deck. Starting from the teachers, the guardians, the church leaders, even our traditional rulers in the society, even the siblings, elder siblings, big senior siblings like big brothers and big sisters, bigger cousins and all that. They also have a role to play. But now it's still, because at the end of the day, it's still the parents, because we are the people that nurture these children when they about what we have in schools, in our curriculum and all that. Some of these things, as a parent, you can go over them once in a while and see what is written there, and from there you can look and know the topic that you keep discussing with your kids. Tell them that this, it's written, but study it for your exam, but please, this is not the right thing to do. This is not the right way to go.
Then there's something important
this way. Okay?
Okay,
well, we don't really have time again. I mean, we can't even exhaust this topic in a day. Just quickly.
Let the society, because when I talk about society, we talk about all stakeholders, all ensemble. Let's try to be more accommodating. That is how to solve this problem. Condemnation will not solve the problem. Let's try to be accommodating. In trying to be accommodating, we end their trust. We will at least single out those who had strayed. If we continue to openly condemn, whether in classroom, whether in the church, whether in, yes, these things are not right, these things are not right. At the end of the day, let there be a mechanism on how to encourage, let me use the word defaulters, defiants, those who had strayed, on how to encourage them come forward. If they don't come forward, you cannot solve the problem. You might think you're talking about spirits, but they are all over the place.
Well, that we want to say a very big thank you to you, Barrister Moses Ubo, an educationist. Thank you so much for joining us on the show this morning.
Thank you.
And also Oni Edofe, the coordinator, Young Mothers Forum. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's it on the show this morning. Thank you so much for being part of it. My name is Chidinma Orangwa. See you again tomorrow. Bye.